Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. Pretty good here. Actually, a nice-ish day out here, which is good. Oh no, my battery's not looking good. 58 minutes, that's all we got. But anyways, I can charge, but that's all right. Anyways, we got ourselves a little project here with something that come within another trade. And this thing has a motor on it. I like motors. I think you guys do too. And it hasn't ran for about 3 years. So it's 2-stroke. And it goes up and down real fast. You know what it is yet? Oh, look at this thing. An old Bowmag. What's the model number of this one? A Bowmag BT58. So that's pretty cool. Came in a little bit of a trade we did here. And like I say, it hasn't ran for about 3 years. So we're going to look into it. I did drain some gas out of here. That smelled really bad. If it was smell a YouTube, you could smell a YouTube it. But I have sort of cleaned out the tank. It looks like it needs a little more, but it does have a filter, a fuel filter. Let's have a quick look at her here before we try our assault on getting it started. I guess it's their own carburetor, a Bing 48. I don't know anything about that. Bing 48, so getting a carb kit for that might kind of suck. Probably have to write a Bowmag for it. Bing, no idea. But yeah, so it's got, looks like an impulse line here. Oh, that's not even tight, that hose. I guess that's the one that's going into the engine. That's different. So the fuel comes down, gets carbureted, sucked the air through the front here. I guess there's an air filter under there. Yeah. And then it goes down through here, but this is loose, so I couldn't see unless it's a good tight fit. We might have to just tighten that on a little bit more there. That's like loose. That looks like a shut-off button. Kind of a stiff button, but I guess that just grounds it out and then brrr. Pull start. There's a little filter. And man, I'm gonna be out of battery here. That sucks. But that's okay, we got lights in our shed. And I can plug it in. Spark plug. Pull that out, just make sure we have spark first. It did run, I think he said 3 years ago. So, little throttle here. Now I already had to do a bit of work on the throttle. The little bolt here was kind of messed up and it wasn't staying super tight. I might have to do some more adjusting to it, but it's staying on anyways. But there's a little problem here I noticed too. You look way down in here, little lever for the carburetor is like getting stuck on the edge of the casing there. So we might have to just grindle that little tab off a little bit or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But anyways, let's get her down to the shed here. See if we got some spark first. Alright, so we brought some gas. I'm going to maybe just try putting the gas in a little bit in the hole of the spark plug there, just a little bit. See if it'll fire off of that, or if not, then we'll have to figure something else out. But let's get you guys somewhere there. I believe it's a 13/16. Just make sure we got some sparkage to it. So I don't actually have one of those testers that you can leave that attached. So I got to do it this way. Yeah, it doesn't look terribly too bad. Probably not the right spark plug for it. Now it doesn't want to stay. That might work there. I'll have to put these on the other side though here. Okay, let's see. Do we have any spark? Give her a pull here. Hard to see. Hold on to this thing for me, will you? Oh yeah, I can see some spark. I don't know if you guys can see that. But whoa. I don't know if I can get you any better than that. Compression wise, it doesn't feel bad. Actually, it's really good. Okay. So that's a good sign. I'm going to try to dribble a bit of gas down the hole of the carburetor here, or don't want to get too much though, because you don't want to hair. That's good. Now the trouble is, let's get that thing in there. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire, because that would suck. And this is just basically to see if it's going to go brrrr. Then we'll try putting a little bit in the fuel tank here, maybe. Let's fire it up. Okay, first pull, she should go. I got it on just idle. Oh yeah. That's a good sign. Okay. Now, let's put a bit of gas in her, fresh gas. Now we got to get it to work through the carburetor. I don't want to put too much in, so I got to get it out again because there's carburetor issues. Okay, so this carburetor's got a choke on it. No primer though, I don't believe. It's an older style. So I guess you turn that to start and run. Now I'm going to pull it a bunch of times here. Maybe that'll be enough to draw it in. It might even have an impulse problem. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I think I'll start it on the idle. Give her some throttle now. Listen to her. Woo. Oh. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Sometimes you take a bit to get warmed up. Let's let her run there a minute. That's actually pretty good. Didn't really take too much. Back you up a bit to smell the old gas though. Sometimes it took a bit. I remember these at the rental, they took a bit to kind of, but it's running, so that's good, didn't take much. That's actually pretty good for sitting for 3 years. I'm going to give her a little bit more of a run here and maybe do up in front of here or something too. It's never been compacted there, so when I get up here I'll move the camera a bit. Move up onto this area here. We'll compact this a little bit. that's working pretty good. Now let's see if this shut-off button works. Oh, it even works. Sweet! Hey, that's not too bad, you know, there's no leaks anywhere. Sometimes these boots got all leaky and crap. It seems pretty good. The shoe looks like it's been kind of cut smaller for some weird reason. Back here it looks like it's been cut down or something. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Kind of looks to me like someone's cut it down even narrower than it was. Just to fit into a narrower trench. But let's look at the bottom of the shoe here. Ooh, she's not in good shape there. she's had a few dings here and there, but I imagine getting a new shoe for it, but I bet you they're not cheap. Now this it's pretty hardish kind of rock stuff here we were tamping, but geez, it didn't do too bad. Really, did pretty good. That must be the exhaust there. I never even looked. No, it's over here. Sorry. I don't know where that other hole is there. That's weird. The exhaust comes out the side, of course. Hey, that's pretty good. Let's start it up and run her again. That was fun. I don't know why I've always had a little bit of a passion for these things. I don't know why. They just, I don't know. I like helicopters, and it kind of sounds like a helicopter when it's running. Kind of thing. Like you hear the brrr of the engine, but they hear the brrr like a blades going. I love helicopters too, right? So that's pretty good. That clamp's loose. It's still running. Go figure. So, can't complain about that. Maybe we'll do some over here and stuff. Got some lumpy areas over here where I had the Mini X there when we were picking up the splitter over there, and it kind of made a mess. So, we'll go fix that. Got 37 minutes. Oh no. Let's get you over here a bit closer maybe. And we'll see if we can smooth out. I wonder if you guys can, in the video, can see that as I'm going past her. You might feel the vibration. I don't know. Might be a totally bad thing to be doing, leaving the camera on the ground, on the tripod, but oh, I'm going to fire up here again and we'll head over and compact that. Uh-oh. Doesn't hold much there, I guess. That's pretty cool. Let's have another little look at this thing. Well, you know what? That's pretty good for sitting for like 3 years. And like I say, there was some old fuely crappy stuff in the tank. Still probably lots in there yet. Yeah, quite a bit. But yeah, you know, pretty decent. BT58, there you go. Any 29s? No, looks like we lucked out. 59. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know, like I say, I've always had a little fascination with these things. I love the little engines on them. they're really cool, you know, not much to them. Little electronic ignition there, I suppose. That's pretty cool. I don't know why they always seem to have a huge long cord on them too, but you know, that ran pretty good for that being loose there, so obviously it's not getting any air. I should tighten that up though. It probably should go on a bit more too. I don't know, it's a pretty stiff hose, so she may not need to go anymore. But I guess that's their like intake hose. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, a Bing 48. Anybody know anything about a carburetor called a Bing 48? New to me. But it's got like a something 85. I wonder if it was a rental unit at one time. You never know. Never know. So a little shut off there, but there's still fuel in there I can see. Yeah. That's interesting. Well, that one's not tight either. Wow. But she didn't take my long to braw. Pretty cool. So what am I going to use this for? I don't know. What's this all under here? Something 20. Made in Japan. I don't know. Like, I don't know much about them. So, but I always loved these things when I was at the rental. You know, testing them and driving around. I used to get a little carried away and probably tested them for too long, but you know, make sure they work. Yeah, they work. So, but the best place to hold them is right back here because you get the less amount of vibration there. I was trying up here to steer it a bit, and it's like, whoa, that sucked. But yeah, it looks like a fairly good, solid unit, you know. And like I say, what am I going to use it for? I don't know. Wouldn't be bad maybe compacting a grave, but I just find that super disrespectful. One of the family members say come back in and I'm sitting on top of their dad or something. I'd be ticked if that happened to me. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. I'm just trying to think of my job, what I would say use something like this for. I know I've seen them, other cemeteries using them on the graves, and I just thought, oh man, that's not a good thing to be doing, I don't think so. But they didn't seem to, whatever, you know. But compacting the grave is not a bad idea, because if you don't get it compacted a little bit with something, you'll end up having to fix it year after year after year after year. It's okay with the vaults, because once you pack them in, and I always load the dirt in and then just level it with the bucket, and then kind of just sort of squish it with that. And they seem to sit pretty good, but caskets on the other hand is another story. So, but anyways, so yeah, what I'm going to use it for, I don't know. I'm not really too sure. But I just, you know, seen it, I'm like, oh, that thing's so cool, I need that. So she came home with me, but I had to make a bolt. Went up to Brafasco, which is HD Supply, I think they call them, to get a new bolt. It's a special bolt. It had a slot head in here, and it actually threads in this part. So this bolt threads through here. It's come loose a little bit on me there now, but oh, you see what's going on there. That needs to get a little bit tighter yet. So they didn't have a bolt, and it was just a little bit longer, so like that, you know, but it's got to go through all the handle and stuff, and then had a lock washer or lock nut on it. So it was kind of just bent. I'm like, oh, it's gonna break. So I just pliers broke it off. I'm like, I should be able to get a new bolt. I didn't have any of my own, so I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work. But it's a 2410, I think it was 10 or 12, but 24. I think it is 24. Is that right? 24 threads per inch. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but anyways, it's an SAE size, I think. I'm pretty sure it was too. It's really weird. Threads and stuff confuse me. It's like air chuck fittings. Why do we need like 16 different ones? One would work fine. But anyways, so I had to make a bolt. So basically, this was a 3-foot piece of threaded rod. Of course, I did this in the garage. Yeah, it needs to tighten up a bit more. But threaded rod, and I had to get a big piece of steel. I drilled that size through the steel, right through. And on the top, I used a 3/4 inch bit and just like did a countersink head. Put this in the vise, so I put a couple of nuts on here, put it in the vise to hold it, put about that much thread through the steel. It was a 1/2 inch plate steel, but that much through, so we've got thread, steel plate, and then nuts, and the rest of the, you know, piece. clamped into the vise, onto the nuts, clamped onto the nuts. Get this all lined up, get her heated up with the torch, and just peen her down into the little countersink I made. And you know what? It's not bang on perfect, but you know what? That looks pretty freaking good. I think that came out pretty decent. And just, you know, I could have just put a normal bolt through there or whatever and done it that way, but that's kind of, yeah, that needs tightened up. That's what's going on there. Figured it might, but you know what? That worked pretty good. And yeah, I have to fix that. Pull her and tighten her up more or something, and probably put another nut on there and jam it, or some Loctite or something once we get her official. But yeah, so still works pretty good. It wouldn't actually stay on before, it would just kind of flop back off again. That's got me a little concerned here though. Let's just zoom in if we can. Can we? Can we zoom in? Just grabbing a little bit on that front case. So it's not a big deal, like it's coming off, but should be fixed. I don't know why it would be doing that. It's almost like this is bent down or something, but it looks like it's all solid to me. So, but yeah, Bing carburetor. Never seen one before. Must be some Japanese something. But yeah, there we go. So Jack jumped. That's pretty awesome. I'm happy. And what I'm going to use it for, I don't know. You never know. You know, I could have used it when I built this building, you know, and stuff, and tamped in between, but I didn't. I just put the, well, this is actually sitting on about 1.5 foot of this thick gravel here. So I drove over it with the tractor. That's about the best I could do. So as far as I know, it sat pretty good. It hasn't sunk, which is surprising because this ground is so bloody soft here. But anyways, there we go. So I guess that's it for today. Jack jumped, and I didn't have too much problem with it. I was quite surprised. That's all right. So, well, there's another engine we'll have to start and run every once in a while. I don't know, I might leave it up here until I actually need it and then come get it, but I don't really need another something at the garage to be tripping over and stuff, so maybe we'll just leave it in our building here and go from there. There we go. Sweet. What are you making?
Burgers. Stinky meat burgers.
Oh, stinky meat, stinky cheese. Now, I'll explain that to you. There's a little bit of something behind that. Oh, those look really good, even though they probably taste better when they're cooked.
And spinach, but don't tell Dylan. Can you turn them down to low, please, on both those?
Yep.
Thank you.
Use that side. That's weird. Normally we use the other side. Anyway, stinky meat, stinky cheese. I'll tell you about that. So, stinky meat. We'll start with that. Sounds kind of rude, I know, but there's something behind it. There's a place, St. Jacobs, Ontario, which is one of my favorite places to go to for touring and looking around and stuff. It's a big tourist trap though, right? How much battery do I got? 18 minutes, so more like 10. Okay, so St. Jacobs, Ontario. Mennonite community. A lot of Mennonites there, although it's not so much now as there used to be, because I think all us kind of people moved in because they loved the area so much and pushed them, most of them out, so they've moved other places. But anyways, Mennonite based place. This is a farmer's market we go to, and there's a place called Kitchen Cuttings. It's a Mennonite place, and they do a bunch of preserves and stuff like that, and all kinds of, you know, stuff. They do this stinky meat, we call it. It's a smoked. You can get it in smoked beef or pork, or beef and pork. A little bit of everything. Really freaking good. Best smoked meat, salami kind of stuff like I've ever had. It's not spicy, but it's got so much smoke flavor, and it's just freaking horrendously awesome how good it is. Smoked stuff. I really like the smoked stuff, right? So we get that every once in a while, but it is getting quite expensive. Last time we got a half a log, which is probably not even quite a pound. It was like $17. That wasn't even a whole log. A whole log's like almost 30, I think. So, but I'm like, we'll just get a small one. But it's really good. So she's put some of that in the ground beef, mixed all that in with some other stuff. Now stinky cheese, same idea, but we get it at Costco. This is like a double smoked white cheddar cheese, but it's really good too. So you get that cheesy smoky-ish thing, and then you get the meaty smoky-ish thing in it too, right? So that's the story on that. But got another cool story for you too if we got time here. got 15 minutes now. Coming home from actually over there where we got the stinky meat from. That's right, we come home, we got our dark out, and we know, boom, over a bump, and I hear a I'm like, what the freaking crap is that? And I'm like, I don't think it's, I don't know. So we just kind of kept going, and it went away. Didn't hear the noise, but as soon as we come to the next stop, we hear as we stopped. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Something's dragging on the truck somewhere. So I turned the corner, pulled over, had a look underneath. I'm like, oh, you freaking gotta be kidding me. Ford, on this truck anyways, put on this, I don't know why, there's this cover that goes and covers underneath where like the oil gets drained out and the transmission pan and all that stuff is. I guess it's a protecting thing, but I'll show it to you here. But anyways, the front of it came off and along the ground. I'm like, holy crap. So this is it here. This is what fell off. This is supposed to get bolted up on the front. I haven't even been under to look. And it's supposed to sit like that. It's almost like a heat shield too or something, but your oil pan and transmission, the oil pan's about here, and I don't know exactly the layout, but so we're driving along and it gets pinned back here too on the truck, which is a total stupid thing because they're already getting rusty, and it's like a twist thing, right? They're already getting rusty and crappy and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? So every time you have to change oil, you have to take these off and drop this down. Well, these ones either fell out or whatever that held it on there. It looks like there was another set of those things there. I don't know if they pulled through or what, but I'm like, oh, for freak's sakes, just rip those stupid things off, throw it in the back, let's get the freak out of here. So that goes way, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know where the best place is to show you. See if I can get down on the other side. Maybe it's gonna be dark though. So that's the thing there that the back mounts into. And I see on the front there's a couple of bolts with those little push clip thingies that probably bolted it in there. Now that seems funny that those fell out. Both of them. Almost seems to me like someone left them out last time this was serviced. But you never know. So I just left this stupid thing off. But you can see there, your oil drain is, it's actually on the other side, I think. So that just basically covers the transmission pans back here. So it covered half of that. But like, why on earth do we need that there to protect? And maybe that's part of the FX4 package. Like they got all these skid plates too, right? All these skid plates under here. So that's probably part of the FX4 package, and I'm just gonna leave that stupid thing off because I think it's stupid. That seems funny that both of those bolts fell out. Let's just have a quick look under this side. Maybe we can see the oil drain thing there. But you know, every time someone changes the oil, you gotta take that off. Yeah, it's just right there. Where are we here? Right there. That's the oil drain there, I do believe. So yeah, you'd have to take that off. It's freaking stupid. So I just left her off. But anyways, she's getting rusty. Uh-oh, time to trade her in maybe. No, not for a few years. Anyways, can't afford that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave that off. So I don't know, stupid. Seems like there was just a couple of bolts holding that in. They're both out. That seems funny, but you can see here the road rash burnt right through there almost. So it was sitting here on the road, still pinned to the back, going basically on the road like this. So stupid thing. Oh well, junk. Anyways, better head her out. I know I got to do really soon. Last year, well, I don't know, maybe not this year. Last year I took the battery out of the motorcycle, but I left it in the slingshot. Just went out and started it like once a month. Maybe I'll just do that again. I don't know. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to take it out just to inspect it and look at it, see if there's any corrosion or whatever, but maybe I'll do that in the spring. I might just leave it in and then just go and start it up. Same with the bike, but all the small bikes I might take all those ones out, take them inside. And yeah, we're just about buttoned up, I guess, for winter here. Freaking hate winter. Didn't get in this at all, so it's still preserved from last summer when we did the winterization on the trailer. So it's still good to go. They didn't get out this year, so no vacation at all. Just was so busy, but that's okay. No worries. We'll maybe get out this winter somewhere and just take maybe down to Great Wolf Lodge or something. Take the kids down there. They seem to like that. So I'm not much of a water slide kind of guy, they are, so. But yeah, anyways, got a header out, almost out of juice. Yep. And you guys have a good weekend and stuff. We'll catch you all later, and catch you next week sometime for something. I want to get going on this go-kart a little bit here. Should show you that a little better, maybe with a better camera here. Got a few minutes left, but not much. So, Briggs and scrap iron, or Stratton, I mean. I don't know what I'm going to do with it though, if I'm going to keep it on there or get rid of it. The only thing is that I have to reconfigure this throttle cable, I do believe. That looks pretty simple though. That's a return spring, I guess. Gives it a bit of tension. Some shut off stuff. There's a little shut off on the steering column. But I don't know, we might see if we can get this going. I don't really want to put money into it though, if I got to get you know, parts for under here and stuff. And the carburetor and all this gooey looking crap. Might just pull that right off and put a Honda on it. If it'll have the same configuration, it's got to be able to spin the same, right? And that I'm not too sure of. This one should spin towards, like this way, not this way. It should go that way. Does that make sense? So I have to make sure the Honda did that too. But it should, I think, too, pretty much bolt right on where this one is. It's got slotted slots there, so I think they'd be the same diameter. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, there we go. Go-kart. Oh, they are looking good. Nothing like your own homemade hamburgers. Even better if we had a cow to chop apart too first, eh?
Yuck. That's not right.
Chop old Betsy up and eat her for dinner. Oh, those look really good.
Woo!
Oh, watch your Dewey. At least you don't have much fur on yourself. I'd be all gone.
Those ones aren't ready yet.
But anyways, got a header out. I gotta go eat these things. Well, when they're done cooking. But, oh, look at the cheese melting and stuff too. Holy friggin' crap. Oh my goodness, those look good.
Are you hungry?
I'm starved. You think? Starving. She's trying to kill me. I'm fading away to a ton. A little flamey though. There must be a bit of grease in them. Anyways, got a header out of battery. Catch you all later. Have a good weekend. Catch you next week sometime. Forgot to mention too, it's a little early yet, but if you guys want to do the Christmas card thing again this year, if you send me the card, I'll read it out on a video. Like I was doing last year there. Remember we did that last year and we hung them all up on the wire? Well, I'm going to have to probably put a wire up here, downstairs here somewhere in our house here. And hang them up here. I got a wire there already, but we'll hang up a better wire of some sort. If you want to send the cards out, it's totally up to you guys. Don't feel pressure that you have to, but if you want to send one, I'll read them out. Probably just do special videos and read them out on videos. Like a special video instead of just, you know, oh, 2 cards came today, let's read them off today. So we'll save, like, you know, whatever comes and do maybe a couple of special videos just for them. So if you want to, like I say, don't feel pressure that you have to. I'm not asking anybody to send cards, but if you wanted to send a card, you could send it and we'll do it on a video. Video, or the my address should be on the bottom in the description if I remember to leave it. And we'll go from there. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Have yourselves a good weekend, and we'll catch you next week someday. I don't know what day. We'll figure something out. I don't know what we're going to be doing next for project-wise, but I kind of figured that jumping jack might have took a little bit more effort to get it going, but it was actually pretty good. So, but anyways, thanks again. We'll catch you all later, and have a good night.